Hello and welcome. This demonstration is going to be on Microsoft OneNote. For Office 365 users, you actually get 1 terabyte of storage within your OneNote, and if you're just on OneNote 2016, users get 15 gigabytes free online. However, you can buy more. So I've just opened my OneNote, and as you can see, I've got a few different things going on here. Let's start with the top. So if we go on to File, you can actually see all the different options we have. So just straight onto Info, we actually have 2 notepads within this file. So we have the homepage one, and we also have Office 365. From here, we can actually invite people to this notepad, and it will take us down to the share. So we can share with people, and we can type in the name or the email address. So if we wanted to share it with Rob, we can actually do that from here. We can include a message, we can require them to sign in, and we can share the document. And as you can see, I'm here, Rob's there, and he can edit the document. If we didn't want him to be able to edit the document, we can put on Camera View, so we can only see the document. We can also get a sharing link, and we create a view link or an edit link. We can share the meeting, so if we have an online meeting notes, we can share it there. And we can also move the notepad, and we can move it to another location. From here, we can also make a new notebook. We can open previous notebooks from our OneDrive. We can export either a page, a section, or the entire notepad. So if you just want someone to see a page of it, you can export the page. And you can do that into a Word document, for example. And we can also send it, and we can send the current page through email, through a PDF, to Word, and to a blog. So back to the OneNote page. Across the top, we have all the normal functions. So let's start on the home page. This top ribbon actually has a lot more functionality than you would find in Word. So this section is pretty familiar. We can change the font size, highlight. We can also put in headings and page titles. What I want to show you here is something called tags. So as you can see, there's quite a lot of different options we have, but we can actually customize them to make it easier to see. So I have a critical project I'm working on now. So we can actually create a critical tag, and if you hover over the tag, it will come up with what type of tag it is. However, the name of the tag does not appear. So my critical tag is Talk to John. And you can see that Talk to John is there with critical, and we can hover over to see that. Let's look at a notepad I've been working with recently. So if we go onto our notepads, we've got 2. We've got an Office 365 one, and we've also got our home page. So moving on to our home page, as you can see, a whole new set of tabs has appeared. If you think of it like your normal folders, most people have a single folder. Within there are several more folders, and with them in there are several documents and even maybe more folders. It's the same setup here. We've got our main folder, our smaller folders inside, and then if we take management, for example, all our separate folders within there. As you can see, I've come up with a few ideas here. This one is book to read. We've got Harry Potter there. We've got important. We can also type with a highlighter on, so we can remember for later. We can try and find the definition. We can highlight previous things. We can ask questions. Do I need to check memory? And it'll be there for the question marks. Movies to see. Discuss with people. So I can discuss with Rob. And once you've finished, you can actually tick the box once it's been completed. Here's one I made earlier. So my great idea was company drinks, and I've got a to-do list here of different things. So I just spoke to one of the guys, and they said a great location is the Puppet Theatre down the road. So now I've done that task, I can tick it, and you can see it's been completed, but I have 3 left to go. With tags, it's worth having a little look through to see the most applicable ones to your business and where you can use them most. From here, we can also email the page and send out meeting details. So let's have a little look at the management meeting. So as you can see, this is the 1st to the 5th, and the titles are down the side here. If we take the 1st to the 5th, with OneNote, it's similar to Word in some functionality. However, it's quite different in that you can actually click anywhere and write. For example, welcome to the OneNote demonstration. But it's not just type I can do. So I'm currently working on a Microsoft Surface, but there are a lot of different touchscreen devices and even your mobile phone. OneNote is available through apps over Mac, PCs, iOS, Android and Windows, and you can also get it online in your internet browser. So for example, I can use my Surface Pen, and I'm currently using it now. As you can see, my little diamonds there, and I have all of these options. So I'm going to use the blue pen. Color and thickness, I can go into it and personalize it here. So I actually want it to be quite thick. Okay. And as you can see, it's come up below. And as you can see, it's very responsive. Oh, I've gone wrong there, so I can use my eraser. And then go back to pen. So, I've written a little text. You can also draw with touch. If that's something you're interested in, you can add in symbols. So, back to the trackpad. Within my management meeting, as you can see, I've got different things that are on everyone. Different colours that have been used, moving over to new text box. So following on this top bar, we're finished drawing now. If we go over to insert, we can actually insert a whole host of different things. So we can insert a table, like you can in Excel. We can also insert a spreadsheet from Excel, so a new spreadsheet or an existing one. We can insert a file printout or a file attachment. So let's insert the Office 365 Planner, attach it as a file, and it's here. So let's move over to our second notepad, Office 365. Within OneNote, whichever notepad is at the top is your default notepad. So I want Office 365 to be my default notepad, so I simply switch it around. From here you can also add more notepads. So I'm in Office 365, and that file I attached, or I might want to attach it to the Planner demo as well. So file attachment, Office 365 Planner, attach file, and it's there. From here I can actually double click on the file and open the attachment. And as you can see, it's open completely fully in there, and I can see the whole attachment. Following along, we can do screen clippings, pictures, online pictures and videos. We can also record audio and record video. We can insert a date stamp, a time stamp, and also a date and time stamp. With page templates, you can actually make your own, symbols and equations. We can see history, so we can actually find it by who has been writing in, so who's changed the notepad, so it could either be me or Rob, as we were the only people on it there. We can hide the authors, so you don't know who it is who's initialing it, or we can show it, so the initials are shown next to each page. We can look at previous page versions, so we can see all the different versions within the section and within the notepad, and we can put it to the recycling bin. We can review the notepad through spelling, thesaurus, translate. We can put a password on a certain section, and we can also link notes. And with our view doc, we can see it as a full page, like this. So this is particularly helpful if you're maybe doing a presentation and you want to write on the notepad, or maybe even a teacher in a school using this as their whiteboard. They can then save what they've done. We can put it into paper size format, and we can change it here. We can even add rule lines. So if you want it to look like a school document, we can put it on like this, and also adding grid lines. And with all these features, you can press the undo button there. You can change it into touch mode or mouse mode. You can also add in favorite pens if you're typically using it a lot for pens, print, forwards, and you can show it as a ribbon. So as I previously mentioned, you can share your OneNote and have more than one person edit, and we could see that from share. This one's just shared with myself, but we can actually change it to the homepage notebook. And we can see it shared with both me and Rob. Now, from my Word demonstration, you would have seen the collaboration features. This is also available here. So you can see if the notepad has multiple presents in, if more than one person is editing. So you can see that here, there's both me and Rob editing it. So you can actually see whether there's a multiple presence, if more than one person are editing, and collaborate with more than one person at the same time. It is automatically saved to OneDrive and SharePoint, so the individual must have OneDrive or SharePoint to be able to do this functionality. OneDrive is here, and I haven't actually started my OneDrive page yet, so we can put the title in. But what happens if I want to find something simply from the web? So I'm going to open Microsoft Edge, type in Microsoft OneDrive. Pop onto it. I think this would be really handy to have in a notepad, so we don't have to find the page all the time. And I can actually do that here. So at the top of my Edge browser, I've got this little edit. And what we'll do is turn it into a note. So as you can see, there's still all the features where you can write on the page, you can actually add a comment. So let's have a little further look down the page. Any device, anytime. And all that's really important, so I'm going to underline PC, Mac, Android and iOS, because my office uses all of the devices. And we're going to highlight, collaborate, and write in teamwork. So we can still erase anything we want to, and we can add in a text box. This will be really helpful. Although I can clip part of it, so I can copy a certain section if I want to. If I want the whole page, I can actually press save here. And what will come up is save on OneNote, favourites or reading list. So I want it to save on my OneNote. And I can choose which section I wanted to save into. So in groups, working leads. So let's just put this one into groups. And save. From here, I can actually view my note that's been saved. So let's press on view note. So looking down, as you can see, the whole web page has been saved, including all of my comments. So it's all there for everyone to see. This was my presentation on Microsoft OneNote and how it's integrated within the Office 365 suite. Hope you enjoyed it. My details are going to be underneath, so if you do want any further information or you want to get in touch on how OneNote can work well for your business, feel free to give me a call or send me an email and we can have a nice conversation. Thank you very much for watching.